Hey guys, welcome back to Just So Bored again. So today we're going to be putting up a light over the dining room table. This is what we decided to go with, and it's going to go right there. So stay tuned. Go ahead and start by removing this cap. This is easy. You just have two screws. I took one off, take off the next one, and it'll expose the wiring right there. So here are the wires that are inside the box. As usual, make sure to check them with either a multimeter or one of these handy there voltage sniffers or whatever you want to call them. But in my case, I have my neutral, I have a ground, and I got two hots. This could be for fans or what have you, and I have two switches. One goes to each one. So they're both off. Make sure your power's off at the switch as well as at your box outside or in the garage, depending where your box is. But make sure to kill that breaker. So we're going on the next step. Okay guys, so I'm starting to put this together, so I took it out of the box. So what I started with is and sorry for shaking, this rod needed to be placed, so I ran the wiring through it. It has some threads, I threaded it on, so I got the wires out. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish putting it together. So in this case, you gotta remove these. You will essentially unscrew them all the way out. And this is according to the instructions, so I'm trying to follow them. I'm trying to be a good person here and follow and not guess at it. But keep going. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your glass, you're gonna put it in place here, on the way in. And then these little pieces come separate. You're gonna put them in. And yep, I guessed that there. And hopefully my fat hand fits, but these are gonna go back in there. And I might need someone with smaller hands. But they come with the little wrench, so don't worry. I got it right here. Not the easiest, but if your hands don't fit, you can still make it work. You're just gonna screw them in, like so. Hopefully you can see it without the reflection too much, and go all the way down. This was gonna hold the glass in place, keep you from falling, so go ahead and nice and snug. There you go. Now we're gonna repeat that for all three sides. We're gonna stick our bulb in, and then we'll come back and I'll show you when I start hanging it. All right guys, so next step was I put this bracket in here so it takes the weight, put the two screws on the end, and now we're gonna start mounting everything. But when I started pre-fitting everything, this is supposed to go in here, and it's supposed to be pretty much flush with the bottom here, and it's not. So I'm gonna actually have to modify this. I'm gonna cut some of this threading off, and it'll make more sense here in a bit when you see it. So I'll be right back. All right guys, so I went ahead and trimmed it down. So now it should be flush, just about flush. So that's good enough, but here's another trouble, or another problem I should say, and you'll see why I made another holder and then it made another modification. So the electrical's supposed to go through this little hole here, right? Well, I have this box that is essentially topping out against it, or the screws, well, I guess we'll call it a screw, or this thread area is hitting this, and I don't have space to pull the wiring through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed the wire through this hole, and it'll make, once again, more sense when you see it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so there you have it, it's hung now. So I'll run it through because I couldn't do this one-handed and obviously hold the camera, so I removed the rest of the links, only did one because I don't want it to be too low. So I attached this, and like I told you here, I didn't have a lot of space. So what I did is the hole that I drilled back here is where the cable or the wiring goes through. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably put some electrical tape going all the way up through the hole to protect the wiring. I know there's people that are probably screaming right now because of it. There's no grommet or anything. So I'll put some tape to protect it and just to kind of hide it. But that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and put the bulbs in. I'll turn it on so you guys can take a look. Okay, there you have it. There it is. It's in, I put the bulbs in, I put the electrical tape up there, now it's flush. So here goes. Ta-da, it worked. What more can you ask for? So there you have it guys, another project. So sorry about not being able to finish showing you everything and all the little details, but essentially all you need to do is you wire in your two wires, your hot, your neutral. Oh, sorry, I should say three because you also have a ground up there. and then you run them through like I showed you up there, through the little hole I made. In my case, normally you'd run it through the hole that's already built in. Like I said, I had to modify mine. But then you just finish putting on your hardware, your bulbs, you hang it, and you're done. So a lot of this stuff is kind of self-explanatory, plus you get instructions, but I just want to show you mine. So I'll catch you guys next time. We're just aboard again, make another video.